It has been a minute since I have picked up the camera. It's been a minute. How you guys been? I've been okay. I've been good. I've had a great few past days. Mom and grandmother came to visit. Didn't really record that, but we did record a TikTok, which was fun. Before that, spent the week kind of cleaning and getting everything together. I've just been focused a lot on other stuff, so I haven't felt the need. I've wanted to, but I just haven't had the energy more so than felt the need to pick up the camera. On top of that, I've been very behind on editing, but we're fixing that right now. Today is November 11th. It's 6:41. See the time, see the lock screen, beautiful. I'm about to head out, but it's snowing. The first snow of the season hit yesterday and it snowed overnight, so there is like actual snow on the ground. Plans for today, I have a lot of work to get done today, so it's going to be like a full day in the office. I also reserved movie tickets to go see, I think today is Nuremberg. And then I also have tickets to go see Running Man. And I can't remember if I reserved one more movie or not. But I want to say today is Nuremberg and Thursday is Running Man. But the Center County Film Festival is happening right now. So kind of just gonna go see those. Okay, yeah, so Nuremberg. And the director is coming here. So I'm going to go to that tonight, but I'm planning to really be in the office until maybe about like 4:30 or 5. So we'll see how productive I am. Hey, let's go. In general this week, but today I want to be extra productive. I have to do some stuff with looking at my data for my master's and just seeing if there's things that were overlooked, but also I replicated the same study, so I'm gonna look at how the data compare to each other. I have a lot of reading to do. I always have a lot of reading to do. Honestly, like the stuff with my data is what's going to need a lot of my focus right now. And then I have a lot of reading to get done. I have to read for both my classes irregardless, but this week specifically, I lead in both of my classes again. This happened last time I led for both classes, which like on one hand, like yes, it does add a lot of work at once. On the other hand, I get them both out of the way. I have to read and prepare the handouts for those, and then there's a application that I need to do for funding, and then I also need to do an application for funding that comes from our department. For both of those classes that I week lead, I have to do response papers and write those. One of them has to be 2 pages, the other one has to be 1 page, and then I have to work on some executive summaries for some studies that I am planning so that I have those on hand. And I also have to edit my presentation. I don't know if I'm going to work on that this week or a little bit maybe next week. I could even work on it while over break. I don't know. But in terms of everything this week, other than the presentation, all of that stuff has to take place this week. Or like that's my goal for this week. And that doesn't even include, I have readings outside of my coursework that I need to get done for my research that I haven't finished yet. I feel like I haven't made a dent on any of that. I've been reading, but I feel like it's been just a little here and there when I have the time. So I really need to get on top of that. And then YouTube stuff, I still need to do editing. But yeah, I think that's everything. But I'm gonna get into working. So I was gonna start by 7:30 and it's 7:26. So I have realized that I just stopped recording. I worked for a bit in the office, and I put the camera away and just never picked it back up. I was in the office until about like 3:45, like a little bit before 4, and I came home, I ate, and then I had about 30 minutes before I had a 5 o'clock meeting for the club organization. It's a student org that I'm in, and that was about like a 15-minute meeting. It actually was over a lot quicker than I was expecting. And then at that point, I was like, I haven't really taken a break today, so I let myself chill for an hour before I had to get up and head out for the movie. Actually a pretty good movie. I gave it 4 stars. I think there's some important messaging when it comes to the movie, and it made me interested in wanting to read the book written by the psychologist that the movie is based on. Who knows when I'll get to them, but I'm gonna add them to my list. I was in the theater from 7 to like around 10 o'clock. I'll say 7 to like 9:45, and there was supposed to be a Q&A afterwards with, if I'm not mistaken, it was the director. However, as I was sitting there and the credits were rolling, they were gonna let the credits fully roll, which, like, I understand, give credit where credit is due. However, I have a lot of work to get done, and I knew that I wanted to work after going to the movie. So at first I was gonna stay, and then as the credits were going, I realized, like, no, it's already almost 10 p.m. I need to go home and do some work. So here we are. I've been sitting here for a minute. I've already kind of started some of my analyses that I need to do. I'm planning to only work until midnight. It's 10:43 right now. I'm planning to only work until midnight. Once it hits midnight, I'm gonna go to sleep because I plan to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. And so, like, I need to have some level of balance in my life right now. Otherwise, it's gonna completely derail the work that I'm doing. Hello, good morning. 6:50 in the morning. I am getting ready to head out now. I'm hoping to stop at Sheetz and get an Alani so that I have energy for the rest of the day because I barely slept last night. The whole going to sleep at midnight and getting at least 5.5 hours. I even extended my alarm to 6. It didn't work, which I don't know what I expected, but we're trying to hurry up and get out the door this morning to see if potentially I could catch the first bus, which the way it's looking right now, I'm not catching that first bus. But today is quite literally just hours and hours in the office, and then we have pro seminar today, so I have a 1 hour like department meeting that I'm not doing anything for. So we went comfy cozy today.
What the dog doing?
Okay, I had to come show you this. I have this soup from Trader Joe's. I have these tomatoes. That's how I make my tomato soup because I don't have a blender to make it all whatever. And I have about half a box of this left, right? So my plan was to just make the tomato soup, put the little seasonings and everything, and then make a grilled cheese. A cute little cozy quick dinner. However, we have a slight issue. My fridge is freezing, and when stuff is in the back of my fridge, it freezes. This is in the back of the fridge. Y'all hear that? It It's slush in there. And that is the reality.
No.
Yeah?
No, of course not. Hey, are you okay? You seem off.
Shayla.
No. Fine, but you have to promise me you won't do a lot.
Today's a new day, as you can tell. I crashed last night. As you saw, I made dinner, and then I was gonna give myself until 7:30, which was about like 30 minutes after I ate. However, as I was chilling, I was scrolling looking for clothes for upcoming trips, and I fell asleep while doing that. Next time I woke up, it was like 10:30 p.m., I think a little bit after that, and I decided I'm not gonna get up to make myself work for hours into the middle of the night. It'd be different if I was up and already working into the night, but to wake up and start at 10:30 just felt a little off, which honestly I probably should have gotten up, but now I am in my office bright and early again, and I'm gonna be trying to get some work done. I don't think I'm gonna go to the class that I TA. I'm gonna email the professor because I'm in a crunch for time right now, and I don't know if going to that class is the best use of my time. In the class, I could get done some of the work I have to do. However, my biggest thing is having to wrap up what I'm doing, get to the class, get back onto everything that I'm doing, wrap up what I'm doing, come back to the office, and then get back to everything. It kind of just leaves me with a little bit less time to actually do what I need to do. And then on top of that, I have my lecture, which is 3 hours to where I can't be working. So I just feel like I need a consistent just working through until that class starts. But yeah, that's where I am. I'm gonna get right into work after having talked to you guys, because don't have that much time to really do anything else. Okay, I have to show you this. My fridge is so cold that I guess it's freezing stuff right now. But, so my drink was cold, and this is like leftover Coke Zero from last night at the movies. And I was like, I'm gonna add a lime seltzer water just because lime and Coke tends to taste good, and I wanted some of that sparkling back. It did that. Why am I trying to pour the drink? I can show y'all. It did that thing, you remember when people were like freezing drinks partially so that it would melt or freeze upon pouring? It did it into the can, but let's see if it'll... I just wanted to show that. Good morning, by the way. That works, and it doesn't taste so syrupy and sweet. I'll slowly drink it throughout the day. Also made hash browns. Here we are again. I do not plan to be here all day today. It's 7:15, so I will be working until my 9 o'clock class that seminar goes for 3 hours until noon. At noon, I have to train one of my research assistants, which that should only take max 10 minutes. Once I'm done training them, I'll stick around for maybe an hour just to make sure that there's no questions from them. And then after that, I'm leaving, and I think I am gonna go see Now You See Me, Now You Don't, the movie, because I really want to see that, and I don't think it's a good idea for me to wait until the weekend, because the weekend I'm also doing a lot of work and prep for my upcoming trip to Korea. Look out for those videos. Those videos are, I'm so excited. I can't wait. But yeah, I have a lot to do over the weekend, so I think I want to see the movie today while I have a little bit more wiggle room, or at least giving myself a little bit more wiggle room, because I know that if I go see it on the weekend, I'll come home and be like, I just want to chill and not do the work that I need to get done. Here we go, right back into the work of things.